literally think that women should be paid to exist.
Making it not safe to walk, let alone enjoyable. You only need one example to explain why capitalism doesn't work in this country.
Hey guys, I'm Brad Polumbo, and I hope you're ready to lose some brain cells with me. Because we're back with another edition of Brad vs. TikTok, your favorite series where I react to some of the most unhinged and insane ideas going viral on the Clock app. If you're new here, consider subscribing, commenting, liking, yada yada yada. And now, buckle up, because we're diving right into it. Up first, should women get paid just for existing?
Unpopular opinion, but I literally think that women should be paid to exist. I know y'all are probably gonna be like, what? But no, follow me on this. So one, like, our bodies literally create life, y'all. Like, that within itself, like, it beats any freaking invention that a man can come up with, like, any tech company. Like, no tech company can come up with a baby in my belly. So one, that's why we should get paid. And then even women who like have already had children, they should still get paid, because guess what? Like, the life of a mother, like, that's a whole job within itself. I literally think that we should receive monthly incomes for being women. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm being so serious. Hold
64% of men say their number one dating red flag is if someone identifies as a communist. Okay, if you're upset by communism, please don't try to split the check at dinner.
The comments on this gave me clinical depression. LMAO, that's my baseline requirement. That's actually one of my green flags. That's a green flag in my book. Green flag. That's a green flag for me, LMAO. My red flag is if someone identifies as a capitalist and wants to own multiple pieces of property. These are the moments where TikTok makes my soul hurt for the future of this country. Here's your friendly reminder that in the 20th century, 100 million people died under communist regimes due to famine, due to starvation, due to mass murder and devastation caused by this dangerous, toxic ideology. So yes, supporting communism should be a red flag. And I honestly can't even put myself in the shoes. I try really hard to be able to see the other side of things. I can't put myself in the shoes of somebody who would see support for communism as a green flag. Oh, somebody who doesn't believe in basic human freedom and private property. Yeah, that's my kind of guy. Also, maybe that part was just a joke, but splitting the bill has nothing to do with communism. Yet the part of this that made me the most mad, actually, was the comment saying that wanting to be a capitalist, work hard and own properties and invest is actually a red flag. Excuse me? Are y'all colorblind or something? Up next, according to Fat Positivity TikTok, it is actually too much to even recommend to people that they try walking to be healthy and lose weight.
This is precisely why I never take a single health expert seriously if they have never once mentioned the social determinants of health. I'm going to come at this from the angle of purely adding exercise into your life. A lot of people in the fitness industry will prescribe walking as an option to start moving your body more because it is a fabulous entry-level movement. if you live somewhere that has the infrastructure to support that. Because unfortunately, there are tons of jurisdictions that look exactly like that throughout America, making it not safe to walk, let alone enjoyable. It kind of forces you to then join a gym, which costs money, or buy equipment to have at home, which costs money, or buy a plan from you, a health expert, because you lost 60 pounds, which costs money. You have the option of free content that's available. However, you have to be able to set aside time to do so, which our capitalist infrastructure hardly makes easy for anybody. Unhealthy lifestyles are often a result of systemic issues. Individual approaches to it ain't really working.
This video made me want to pull my hair out and scream. I'm sorry, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that there are very many Americans out there who literally where they live, there's nowhere to walk except freeways and highways. You can walk in a loop around your neighborhood. You can go to your high school locally and walk around the track. Or yes, you could join a gym and walk on a treadmill or buy an at-home walker, or honestly, you could do free workout home videos on YouTube with just your body weight. Of course, I'm absolutely willing to acknowledge that staying healthy and staying active and eating healthy is easier if you're wealthy and you can have a personal trainer or expensive workout classes or organic, meal plans or that kind of thing. Of course, it's easier, but it's hardly impossible. And it's not like every poor person is fat, babe. It'll be harder for some people than others, but I hate this message of helplessness. Like, because of society and systemic issues, you're just doomed to be unhealthy, to have a body that's not comfortable, to feel pains, and to potentially die early as a result. That's not true, and it's not compassionate or progressive. In reality, with some very rare medical exceptions, we're all capable of making better decisions and avoiding obesity. And you're not helping people by lying to them and telling them they're helpless and nothing is their fault. Up next, this anti-capitalist TikTok will make you dumber.
You only need one example to explain why capitalism doesn't work in this country. And that one example is the billions with a B pounds of cheese that are stored away in caves. The U.S. government has 1.4 billion pounds of cheese in caves underground, away from the starving people of the world that they bought up just so that the dairy industry wouldn't collapse. This can't possibly be the best solution. That's pounds of cheese. Is that real?
Babe, you need to put down the Adderall. You've had enough. She is quite something, but in all seriousness, I'm honestly just begging TikTokers, like I'm begging you to learn what words mean before you click upload. Capitalism is private exchange on a free market. When the government forcibly confiscates billions of taxpayer dollars and then spends them to prop up and subsidize a well-connected industry with an army of lobbyists, that's not free market capitalism. It's cronyism, it's corporatism, and it's the kind of corruption that's inevitable when you have a big spending, all-encompassing federal government like progressives advocate for in this country. The upside of these depressingly popular videos on TikTok is that I actually do believe a lot of Gen Z's hate for capitalism is actually rooted in ignorance and a lack of understanding rather than them genuinely being commies. That gives me a little bit of hope that I can hopefully help some of them see the light soon. All right, guys, that's all the TikTok I can handle in one day without incurring permanent brain damage. If you enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like, subscribing, and joining this channel. We're growing really fast, and I make this kind of content all the time, reacting to crazy stuff from the internet. So if you would like to see more videos from me, and if you enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. And if for some reason you want more of my content right now, you haven't had enough of me yet, check out my recent videos here and here.